Hi, I'm Marianne Leffel. Welcome to YourTown. This is a great place to learn about what's going on in your community. So hopefully you'll tune in and you'll watch this show and other shows with other hosts and keep up with what's going on. Today we've got a great show. We're going to talk about transportation, one of the most important things if you want to either forward a project or stop a project in this county. And my first guest today is Hunter Horvath, the Assistant Manager of Monterey Salinas Transit, commonly known as MST. Hunter,
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's been a while since I've been on the program.
I know, we missed you.
I know.
We used to do this about every couple months.
Exactly. Well, we've been very busy at Monterey Salinas Transit, so we've got lots to update the audience on and lots to talk about of where transportation is going in this county.
So let's talk briefly about the trolleys. I was downtown last week, and the trolley had a lot of people on it. Looks like people have finally discovered the trolley system.
Yes, it's actually a very exciting component of our transportation menu that we have at Monterey Salinas Transit. The trolley system actually coincides with my arrival at Monterey Salinas Transit 15 years ago. I just celebrated my 15th year with Monterey Salinas Transit. That first summer, we introduced the trolleys on the downtown route, connecting the aquarium with downtown, Fisherman's Wharf, parking garage, and the other historic areas of downtown. When we changed the vehicle from regular buses to trolleys that year in 2004, our ridership on that line increased by 65%.
That's amazing.
We didn't add a single hour of extra service. We didn't add any extra vehicles. It was because it was a trolley with the bells that ring every time that they make a stop, and the drivers have these cute little hats that they wear and everything. And the wonderful design of the trolley, it just spoke to people and it attracted people onto the route. And so we thought that's a great solution to a problem of congestion in the downtown area in Cannery Row. And so right after Christmas, we're going to be getting a delivery of 5 new trolleys.
I love it.
Yes, that's our little Christmas present at MST. So we'll be getting 5 new trolleys that will replace the ones that are now 15 years old. And so they are more up to date and meet current air quality requirements and everything. So we're very excited about getting to drive our new trolleys around downtown, and we'll be spending the next couple of months outfitting them with the latest technology and the GPS systems that we have that we can track all of the vehicles in real time, and customers can also track the vehicles in real time. So all the bells and whistles will be going on to these new trolleys, and we're very excited about getting to introduce round 2 of the trolleys to Monterey.
So they run downtown Monterey, Cannery Row. Do they run other places?
Primarily just in the downtown area. The primary purpose of the trolley system is to allow people to park at the downtown parking garages and then take the trolley through the tunnel to Cannery Row to relieve congestion. There's only a limited amount of parking in the Cannery Row area, and so between our outreach and PR efforts that we do, along with the city's PR efforts and their signage and their website, we try to direct people to the downtown parking garages to relieve congestion on Cannery Row.
I love it.
It's great, and people love it, and we get pictures sometimes on Facebook of people right in front of the trolleys, so we'll see how they like version 2.0 of the trolley that are on their way right now.
That's perfect. I'm going to talk about employment opportunities before we end, so maybe we should just slip that in now since you're getting all these new trolleys.
Exactly.
I see that you've got an ongoing posting for primarily bus drivers and I guess trolley drivers. And what skills do people need? Well,
actually, we are continually hiring drivers at this point. We are struggling to find enough drivers to meet the current needs of our system, and it's actually preventing us from expanding where we want to expand. So you can only have so many people working so much overtime, and then it becomes a safety issue. So we really are cognizant of that. We have on the fronts of our buses, the electronic signs say MST is hiring, $. So we're trying to think of any way we can to get people in the door for testing and possible training. We actually prefer that people don't have bus driving experience. We want to teach all the right habits, all the good habits, all the good skills from scratch. We don't want people to bring in things that they've learned from other systems or from the private sector or something else. So just because you don't have any experience driving a trolley or a truck or a bus, that doesn't matter to us. And we pay for 2 months of training, and it's I think about $15 an hour, and you get full benefits while you're in training too. So we take that very seriously, and we are constantly doing job fairs, and at the One Stop Career Center over in Salinas and in Seaside, trying to find people that would be good candidates for bus drivers.
So requirement is a high school diploma or GED?
Correct. Driver's license, just a personal driver's license for 5 years. You have to be able to pass a background check because our buses go onto the Presidio, onto military installations. So you have to be able to pass a military background check. And, of course, a drug test.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, do you want to apply?
I'm a little too old and tired to be driving anything. I'm at the point I want somebody to drive me.
Oh, okay.
I'll be on the trolley.
Well, maybe your husband or maybe Woody, your dog, would like to drive, but he'd look good in a trolley hat.
Would he be a great ambassador?
I think so.
So we're going to keep in mind, and I'll post something later on today, because I really think it's important people understand that there are really good job opportunities here locally with not a big skill set, but just honest, good work.
Absolutely. It's really one of the few jobs that is available to individuals that don't have a college education, but can actually have a living wage. And it has full benefits, health care, all sorts of insurances, as well as a really good retirement plan, a good pension. So for those that can pass all the tests and can get their certification with us, it promises a very good job career and a very nice retirement too.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about it. I know that you're expanding the South County service.
Yes.
And that's so important. And I see that transit, I see that pretty full on a lot of days. Looks to me like a lot of people are still using it to come up to Hartnell and to come to maybe Natividad and SVMH for services. Yes,
it's a really key transportation linkage for people that live in the South County communities all up and down the 101 corridor to get to Hartnell College. That really is sort of the entry point of a substantial amount of young people who live in South County to start their journey through education and job training in the United States. And so that is the number one destination for people coming up the 101 corridor in the morning. We also connect the Hartnell King City campus as well as the Hartnell East Alisal campus too with transit. The students actually get to ride for free when they're going home from the campuses. Okay. And one of the things that we're going to be proposing to our board of directors a little bit later this year is to allow all Hartnell students to ride for free in the entire system. We have some grant funds that would be eligible to help subsidize trips for young people that are going to Hartnell. So we're hopeful that our board of directors will approve that, and we'll be able to introduce that early next year.
I think one of the other things people don't realize is you actually go as far north as the San Jose airport.
Correct.
And that people who are wanting to work in San Jose could actually take a bus out of here.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, from either the peninsula or from Salinas. We have service up to the Bay Area at San Jose Airport and the San Jose train station. When I first joined MST 15 years ago, our service area was primarily the peninsula, Salinas, and we had just introduced service down to King City. Right now, we've grown from 30 bus lines now to over 60 bus lines in 15 years, and we cover the 1/5 of the coast of California from San Jose train station, San Jose airport, all the way down to Paso Robles and Templeton in San Luis Obispo County. We actually have the longest bus route of any public transit agency in the entire country. So we really span a very large service area, very long service area. So if you're driving down to Paso Robles, you'll see our buses, you'll see our bus stop signs. If you're up in San Jose, at the airport, you might see one of our buses pull up right in front of the terminal there too. So we do cover a huge amount of the area of California.
So speaking of that huge area, I know that one of the things that you've worked on, and I think it's about to come to fruition, is a brand new facility for maintenance down in King City. So how's that coming?
That is slow and steady progress. We're now dealing, or we're working with a new federal governmental agency that we've never done business with before, the United States Department of Agriculture. They have a program called the Community Facilities Grant Program, and we will be the first public transit agency to build a public transit facility, a bus garage basically, using U.S. Department of Agriculture funds. And so we're the proverbial guinea pigs for the program, so it's a slow and steady march through all of the regulations through the USDA, but it's going to result in $5 million of a very low interest loan that will help support building this bus garage down there in King City. Right now we drive buses from Salinas and from the peninsula empty down into South County in order to start their days early in the morning. So having this new bus garage down in King City will save fuel, it will save labor, and it will save wear and tear on the buses, so we won't have to replace them as frequently as we do right now.
Plus, it will help diversify the economy there, because I think it was it 12 jobs that are being provided down there?
Oh, even more than that. Okay. We anticipate probably having about 25 buses down there, and so that translates really into about 50 jobs throughout the day and the week that the buses operate. And what we hope is, since we are having trouble finding qualified drivers here on the peninsula and in Salinas, maybe with this new bus garage that we'll be able to tap a new population of prospective employees in King City and the South County areas, and even as far south as Paso Robles.
I love that.
It's great, and we're very excited. And actually, the U.S. Department of Transportation, which is what the federal governmental agency that we usually deal with, they are very interested in this new funding program because they did not know that it existed. So we're bringing that to them, and if we can manage to do this correctly, we'll be able to share this knowledge around the country in rural areas.
Yeah, we all owe Robert C.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll get this done before he retires.
Exactly, yeah, so he can come down and cut the ribbon on it.
That's right.
But we hope to start building the fence and some of the security infrastructure there early next year. So it's gonna happen. I'm very confident that we're gonna move forward with it.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, we're very excited.
And I think all the buses have Wi-Fi. Is that correct?
Not all the buses have Wi-Fi. The buses that we use on the long distance routes, they all have Wi-Fi, and it's free for customers. The ones that are on the shorter distance routes, we didn't install that. If you're on the bus for 5-10 minutes, by the time you log on and go through all the welcome pages, it's almost time to get off the bus. So, but
it's really good for students or anybody that's doing if they work in the Bay Area and take it up to the train station, they can actually get work done on the way there. Oh,
absolutely. On Monday mornings, if you are on the buses that are going to Hartnell College, you'll see some of the students doing last-minute cramming and last-minute homework on their way up there. I know. So yes, it's actually very useful for all of our passengers on the long distance routes.
And then I think one of the things people don't realize is how much service you give to the military installations, to include Hunter Liggett and the areas real far south, and then the DLI and NPS.
Yes, we have now 4 partnerships with military installations here. As you mentioned, we have the 2 in South County, Fort Hunter Liggett and Camp Roberts, which straddles the Monterey, San Luis Obispo County line. and then, of course, the Presidio up here in Monterey, and then Naval Postgraduate School. So about 75,000 passengers per month are on those military routes. And so it's between that and the universities, between CSUMB, Hartnell, and Monterey Peninsula College, that comprises about 20 to 25% of our ridership. So it's an important part of our day-to-day business, and that those people are on buses means that there aren't cars clogging the roadways as much as they would be if we didn't have the buses.
It's amazing service, it really is. And I want to talk just quickly about the rides, because I know that if you're a senior citizen, you can have a smaller vehicle pick you up at a doctor's office or to transport you.
Yes, we have a couple of programs for seniors and people with disabilities. We have a taxi voucher program where you don't have to be disabled. You can, as long as you're 65 and older or a veteran, you can qualify for taxi vouchers where you just call one of the cab companies, and you, instead of giving them cash, you give them the taxi voucher and a $3 copay, and you can go anywhere you want on a taxi cab just by picking up the phone. For people with severe disabilities, mental or physical, we have the Mst Rides Program, and you have to make arrangements the day before for the little minibus to come and pick you up and take you to wherever you need to go, to a medical appointment, to shopping, religious services, whatever it is that you need to do, we'll come pick you up. And one of the things that we were able to do this last year with the Mst Rides Program is we reduced the fares by half. And that was a result of the Measure Q local sales tax that was passed by the voters of Monterey County in 2014 by 72.5%. We're very proud of that. And so that funding is helping probably some of the most vulnerable people in the community, people with severe disabilities, it allows them to get to their vital appointments and vital destinations now for half price.
No, it's an amazing service, and it's something, as we have an aging community, as it's important to take care of the students and the military. I totally support that, but it's also really good to have, I'm going to say this, those of us who are my age and older, who maybe some of us shouldn't be driving, and to get us off the roads too, because there comes a time when maybe you should give up your keys.
We have noticed utilization of the Mst Rides Program, the taxi vouchers, the things that we do for seniors and people with disabilities. The ridership has just exploded. We've basically almost doubled our utilization of those services in the last year. So we see that in our community, and we see the need, and so we're out there to meet that need for an affordable price.
So Hunter, I cannot thank MST enough. I think the services that you provide and the willingness to work with each community and stakeholder group is so important. So to Carl Sidoric and to you, I say congratulations. You've had a great year, and we look forward to another really good year. And I look forward to working with you on a couple new projects that we have swirling around.
We always have something in the hopper, something fun and exciting to work on. So we're very appreciative of the support that we have in the local community, as well as our stakeholders and elected and appointed officials and community leaders. We couldn't do it without them, too.
Perfect. So that's it in a nutshell. Monterey Salinas Transit, Mr. Hunter Harvath. And stay with us. We're going to go from buses to planes. Be back in a minute.